Hot lady, what is your name?
Shawnna Brooks.
Shawnna Brooks, where are you at right now?
Blake's on the Park.
And what do you do at Blake's on the Park on Piedmont?
I'm a professional entertainer.
How long have you been performing?
22 years.
What got you started in the business?
A talent show.
And how did that go for you? Why was it such a trigger to this long, successful career?
I won a talent show, and then I found out you can really make some money doing this for a living.
So you've made a ton of money.
Well, yeah, I'm okay.
What have you done with your career? What has changed? What kind of change, what kind of impact, what kind of power has your career brought to the gay community of Atlanta, Georgia?
I've been Miss Georgia, Miss Atlanta Continental, Miss Atlanta Pride, Miss Georgia USA. My national title was Miss Gay National 2000. What I brought to this business is honesty, professionalism, and someone that always brings it 110.
Amen. Now, what's the energy of the gay world right now? What's going on in the gay community of Atlanta right now? What do you feel?
Well, there's still a lot that we can do better, but you know, it's there, but this city has changed so much. The gay life, one of our biggest clubs was Backstreet, and they closed down. That was a huge thing in the city. And it's really sad that as big as this city is, we don't have a really, really nice, full 24-hour club that's just for us. Hi, I'm sorry.
Let's have a 24-hour show.
He's cute. I need a man. All right, madam, sir. I want to know what your name is. I want to know what you do. I want to know what you've done, and I want to know how you've done it.
Oh, wow. That's a mouthful right there.
It is a mouthful, but for some reason I think you can handle it.
Well, I moved to Atlanta in 1977. Been in the business 38 years now.
What business is this?
Female impersonation.
Okay.
My name is Lena Lust.
So that's your impersonating name?
My impersonation name. Actually, they call me Lena Hot Damn Lust because when I used to drink, I used to drink Hot Damn Shooters.
Hot Damn!
So that's how I got my nickname. But I have been working in this community for 34 of the 38 years that I've been in the business. And I've seen a lot of changes. I've worked in close to 70 clubs in this building, in the city, down through the years.
Well,
so
70?
70, yeah.
That's a big number. There's not many people that can top you, is there?
I'm probably one of the longest running entertainers in the city. Yeah, so.
Well, fantastic. Now, what was it like when you first started? What was the scene like when you first started here in Atlanta back in 1977, I believe?
Well, it was considered the showplace of the South, Las Vegas of the South, and for good reason, because you had like 5 major show bars that were drag bars, gay bars, and you could perform just about anywhere. And you also had a training ground for up-and-coming new entertainers, which you don't have too much of this in these days because it's just the times have changed. It's just real hard, and the venues have gotten smaller. But with the back in the 70s and 80s, you could work in like a downtown, for instance, a bar called Onyx, which was also considered a good bar. But if you won a pageant, you went uptown to the Cheshire Bridge as well, the upper scale bars were, and so you got a chance to work in bars. We had full scale productions and top-notch entertainers, and we had full-blown productions and everything. It was fabulous.
Now, what kind of elements do you think that the art of female impersonation have brought to the gay community here in Atlanta?
Well, first of all, female impersonation is, for so many years, has been the only form of entertainment the gay community has had, and that's where it stems from. And with the advent of video and like MTV and VH1, now you've got the visual. Now you got that, but back then you didn't have that, and it was like an escapism for many of the entertainers as well as the patrons, because if you couldn't go see one of your favorite performers, at least you had a female person who could emulate them, imitate them. That was like a big thing. And also, when I started in the business, it wasn't a profession. It wasn't a business. So. Now,
here's a pretty deep question. You guys, being that you came here in the mid to late 70s, so you were here during the birth of the AIDS epidemic. How did gay men and everything in between, what was it? What was the fire in your guys' belly that really made it to where you could survive such a horrible, horrendous, and uncertain epidemic? Because I think a lot of gay men in this era, they don't understand what that means. But your era did know what it means. How did you guys survive? What was the trigger, and what was the thing that made you survive that kind of uncertainty and that kind of horror that AIDS brought?
Well, I think that it's as far as survival is concerned, we don't really think about how did you survive. You just do it. You know, back in '83 was when I think it really first hit here in Atlanta, and we did one of the first benefits for that. I've been doing benefits. I've raised lots of money down through the years, thousands and thousands of dollars down through the years for that cause. And now that I'm a benefactor of that, I have been living with the virus now about 20 years, and I'm quite healthy. And I try to advocate, you know, health and taking care of yourself. But you just take it one day at a time. We were during that time. I would say the administrations, the president at that time would not get on board, so we had to take upon ourselves in order to have hospice forms and places so we can protect ourselves, take care of ourselves, because it was like we're in the unknown. No one knew what it was for so long or what was causing it, and it was like a hit and miss. But now we got so many avenues now, so many medications out there now, so many wellness programs now and advocate programs, and it's really nice to have that. The younger generation don't understand the total impact of it now, because now if they get sick, they realize they can go to the clinic and be taken care of, but they got to realize that it is still a problem, and we still need to get a grip on that, and not to realize that this is a serious problem. Don't take it for granted.
Now, are there any situations in modern day gay life that parallel the danger of HIV/AIDS that are happening right now?
AIDS, more or less, for the most part, it's just you have to stay on top of it. I think just the younger generation just need to be aware of it, that it's just not like getting diabetes or something of that nature. Don't take it for granted, you know, because there's a lot of people that are in the trenches to get us to this point now where they can feel that way, to take it for granted, but they should never take it for granted, because there's other people less fortunate, other countries are less fortunate than we are, that we are able, you know, to be able to exist and to survive and live a long, full, and flourishing life.
Do you think there's a gap between your generation and the current generation that's happening right now?
No, I think I wouldn't say a gap, just misinformed information or just not educated enough. Because I've talked to a lot of younger kids, and when I tell them certain things, they say, oh, they weren't aware of that. Just need to be out there. When back in the day, you used to have literature and you have everything be in the clubs. Don't have that as much as you used to. I think that would be a start to bring that back, because I think that would help as far as education goes.
So communication is really the issue, the main issue. We've lost a certain kind of communication, a certain style of communication that gets the point going back and forth.
I think that's the point. Communication is so important, and understanding that, you know, you have to communicate, you have to ask the right questions, you know. So.
Now, where do you perform now?
I perform basically here at Blake's. But I have performed all over, like I said before. I did a private party last night on the roof of Park Central. I do that every year. So,
what's the special feeling you get now that you got back in 1977 when you first started this great artistic venture?
Well, my feeling is I'm a natural-born entertainer. I started in the business as a singer. I studied at University of Illinois. I'm a lyric baritone. I've studied since I was 14, and I'm now 60. So, but then I got into female impersonation in my last year of college by accident. But I just love entertaining, and I love being able to express myself through music, through dance, through letting people know that you are loved, and that's how I get my message, you know, that way, by performing. So.
And how do you think that we can better get young gay people in particular realize love? Do you think they realize it enough now?
I think they realize it, but sometimes I think they're misguided for the simple reason because there's a lot of false love out there. They find it through other means, and I think if they would be true to themselves and listen to themselves, they'll know what real love is, instead of trying to find it through other elements. You know, I myself, so I'm a very spiritual person. I believe in a power of being up above, and that's what guides me through each and everything I go through.
So it's safe to assume that you found real love in your life.
I'm not with anyone, but I love myself and I love my God.
Because the relationship with yourself is the most important one you'll ever have, correct?
I always believe you love yourself first, everything else falls into place.
I believe in you, my dear. You did a good job. Thank you for this interview. Thank you.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed the reporting that we did for you last night at the 2011 Gay Atlanta Pride. Not only do I do reporting, but I'm also a personal trainer. I've created a company called Detox Athletic Training Company that's been around for about 3 years now, and it's basically comprised of one-on-one hour-long sessions with individuals with the hopes of improving their health, psychological wellness, aesthetic appeal, and character building skills. To best get in contact with me, you can reach me at 404-563-3772. I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.